How has she changed the landscape of girls basketball that you've seen?
So I'll speak on locally because there's been some pretty phenomenal players throughout our country who have, made a huge stand or a huge stride for women's basketball. But Zaya being locally here, I mean, she's taking it to the next level. She's, to me personally, living the dream that a lot of us, even when I was younger, we would dream about doing, being a McDonald's All-American, playing at a top school. At a college, and then going on to play professional basketball in the WNBA. A lot of girls' dreams is to be the first woman in the NBA. I wouldn't be surprised if that was her dream. But she's literally just living the dream, and I think that what she's doing is great because it's actually giving our local girls, that motivation and that, like, hey, I can do this. Zaya did this, and she came from Toledo. Like, I can do this too. And not only that, but she's always a class act off the court too. And a lot of people don't know that. I talk about it all the time, but just to know that you can be a class act off the court as well as on the court. Yeah.
Transitioning to your role here with BCSN, now taking on a color commentating role. What made you decide to get into this?
Honestly, it was presented to me, and I just went for it. It's something that I've never imagined myself to do or even thought about doing. But as soon as I tried it, I fell in love right away. I love being, behind the cameras and really being able to be just right in the mix of women's basketball, girls basketball in general. It's a good feeling. It's like, why not work a job with doing something you love? So yeah.
How natural is the transition for a former athlete to color commentate high school hoops?
I would say we might have a little bit of the upper hand when it comes to that. Just because, playing the sport in general, it's easy to talk about the sport because you know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been there in those positions where it might be, last second shot or a last minute play that needs to be drawn. So it's easier to talk about it and how you might feel within those moments or different things that are going on.
What is the most rewarding thing about being able to watch these high school athletes, get to know them, and talk about them on TV?
Honestly, I love the fact that I get to learn more about the history of the players. So, like, being in the position that I am, we don't just call the games, we call the coaches. We get, the background information and what's going on in their lives or what schools are they talking to or, try to get any type of, exclusive news that we can. So I love learning the history. Sometimes I find out things about players that I've never even known. It might be a basketball player who might play 2 other sports, or they might be musicians or anything to that nature. Just that extra, like, tidbit of history. I love finding that information out.
Yeah.